Welcome to the Lake District, the glorious Lake District, and welcome to Wasdale. Our friend Stevo and I, Stevo's back up that way, he's on his way up. We've come for an overnighter and 2 days walking. We're going to do the Mosedale round, and the first one today is Kirk Fell. As you can see, I've already broken a sweat. All we've done is basically we've managed to find a parking spot actually directly outside, not in the guests car park, but in the regular car park at the Wasdale Head Inn, and we're heading straight up the hard way up Kirk Fell. So let's get doing it. And I remember reading years ago the Wainwright guide and the route that we're taking now. And I think there's a picture that Wainwright's drawn of himself basically on hands and knees just looking that way. From the side anyway, but you get the idea. Right, so let's get up Kirk Fell. Welcome back. We're still on the ascent of Kirk Fell, but the sun has come out. Just plodding along, putting one foot even, in front of the other. Just been treated to an awesome fly past by a Red Arrows style plane. Came down from Dore Head all the way down, got to Wastwater, did like a loop-the-loop, came back and then went up Mosedale and went upside down over the top of Pillar. Right, just keep tramping on. Welcome back. We are around about 100 or so metres from the top of Kirk Fell now. I'll tell you something, to say it's so steep, I'm really enjoying it. Non-stop to the top, that's the way it's got to be, no messing around. But my regular viewers will know that I'm acclimatised to the Peak District, so now that I'm over 600 or so metres, the altitude sickness will kick in. No. It's an awesome ascent, just straight up, no messing about whatsoever. There's Stevo down there. But what a view! It's only going to get better as well. The sun's been out for quite a while now. I say quite a while, maybe 45 minutes or so. But there looks to be some more cloud coming over. Red Pike is shrouded in cloud now. The last time I was in this area, I was with Alex, Chris and Gary. I'll flash their Twitter names on screen, and we met up with Peter as well. We camped over at Hors and came up onto Great End and then down onto Lingmel. We were going to drop down to Wasdale, but then I think just the sight of the ascent back up Kirk Fell, so we're going to come up Kirk Fell and then go over Great Gable, Just the sight of this ascent totally put us off. So it was down to, is it Dore Head Tarn? But what a view! Here we are. Kirk Fell. The cloud is starting to drop now, but we're here, so it's fine. That was an awesome ascent. Absolutely awesome. I just kept on going. Whew. Speechless now. It's all good. Let's do it. One more of those should be good to go. Jobbo trying to scoop when there's no midges there. We're at the tarn just off the summit of Kirk Fell, and we've pitched just on the southern side of the summit of Kirk Fell, a nice grassy little bit looking down into Wasdale, and we've come over to the tarn, as you can imagine, to get some water. See, it screws on and then it screws past a little bit of resistance when the little bong is like going into the thing. It's working well. It's not leaking out the top or anything like that, so obviously quite wary not to get any of the water that's on this, the tarn water that's unfiltered. Trying not to get that in the clean water. Right, I think that'll do anyway. That'll do for now. But as you can see, this is probably, yeah, it's in there again. I must ask Sawyer about that.
Fill up that bucket there.
Fill up this jobbo, yeah. That's not a bad idea. Yeah. I've got all the bits and bobs in my pocket. So I don't think the washer has perished or anything like that. Not at all, in fact. Screw that back on there. Good to go. Right, fill this one up. I just saw a tadpole there. I didn't scoop him up. It'll add some flavour to the. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I think that'll do. So some nice midge-infested water there to drink later on. Right, let's do it. Let's get back up and over. Welcome back. So it's brew time now. We just brewed up a extremely strong coffee. Very strong indeed. And we've got some more water on the go to cook some food with. Oh. So we've got the party tent. Just trying to shield the GoPro from the most of the wind. The trusty old Vango Spectra 300, and it's still Glastonbury'd, if you know what I mean. There's mud all over it there, and pterodactyl muck on it there, and it's not too bad. The missus, she took this to Glastonbury, and I just didn't bother cleaning it because she said that it had not been muddy. So I was going to bring my Wild Country Zephyrus tent, and I've also got a Caramore X-Lite tent or something like that. I was given that one, but I've never used it, so I was going to bring 2 tents, but I've bought the Vango Spectra 300, and I've also got my Terra Nova bivvy as well, so I might jump in that one down there in a bit. So I thought that I might bivvy if we got amazing views. I've got the Discovery bivvy and also the Competition 1 tarp with me. Down that sort of way is Wastwater, but not that you can see it now. But never mind. We just come for a chill out, and that's the name of the game. Although that walk isn't a chill out, is it at all? Oh, the water's boiling. Turn that down a wee bit. I'll stick these in. Stevo's going for sausage casserole, and I've really cheaped out and got this 80 odd pence pasta Tesco meal. Microwave only, but I've been chucking these ones and the Heinz ones in water for some time now, and they're fine. What's that, man? Ripped for pleasure. That's in the first aid kit. Oh, just in case. Blueberry. It is the party tent after all. You never know, there might be some sheep in the middle of the night stray too close. Oh dear. I whacked a load of coffee in this. It was housing mixed herbs before, and it smells like very strong, very nice Colombian coffee, but it also smells of mixed herbs as well. Never mind. Colombian coffee, finest Colombian grade. So yeah, the cloud is like drifting in and out, so we keep getting glimpses down into Wastwater or down into Wasdale every now and then. Hello. So I knew the weather wasn't going to be great, but how long ago did we plan this? About 2 months ago? Yeah. We planned this 2 months ago, and Stevo reminded me about it about 3 or 4 days ago. Yeah. So he texted me saying, "Are we still going to the Lake District?" And I just assumed that because no one had spoke about it, that we weren't going. But yeah, but we're here now. And I think that ascent up from Wasdale up to where we are now at the top of Kirk Fell, it took around about 2 hours. But it is very steep indeed. But I've been wanting to do that ascent for quite some time. Every time I'm down in the Wasdale Head Inn, it just looks punishing. It was quite good. I mean, we just kept going, and it was good. We had great views earlier on, but now obviously the cloud is down a bit, so never mind. I think if we were about 200 meters lower, we're going to go up to going to go from here down to Blacksail Pass and camp further on at a place that I've forgot, but I'll flash on screen now because there's some more tarns there. So if we're a wee bit lower down, maybe we would have got a better view. But when we first got here, we had awesome views down to Wastwater, and I was hoping that we might get the chance to enjoy those whilst eating, but never mind. Right, I'll update you more in a short time. Morning. Good morning from Kirk Fell. It was very cloudy last night. I think the cloud dropped to around about 600 metres, and it got remarkably still throughout the night. I mean, this slight wind, but nothing to even mention really. Obviously this morning it's around about 7 o'clock. I just woke up, and when I noticed that the cloud had gone, I jumped straight out, got my down jacket on, didn't even tie my laces, so if I fall over on video then it's the sheer excitement. But look at that, the majestic Great Gable. I can come up with some amazing, fantastic superlatives now. Look at the colours there. It's absolutely stunning. The cloud is rolling over the peaks over that way. You'll have to forgive me, I'm not overly sure which ones they are. But some great colours there. You can see the summit mound on Red Pike even. I think that's the Langdales over there. Shoot me if I'm wrong. What a stunning morning. I know there's a lot of cloud around, but some great colours that way. So forgive me, I'm going to take some photos. The HDR mode on the iPhone is pretty reliable at times. Wow. The last time I camped in the Lake District, I camped at Esk Hawes, which is just around the other side of Great End there, and it was an equally stunning morning. The very thin bits of cloud filtering over the top of the Great Gable being caught by the sunlight there. Looks awesome. Hopefully you can see it on the video, because I know the GoPro's going to take a really wide angle, but it's not going to get as close in as I'd like. So I'll quickly get the Canon out, because I'll try and get a bit of that on video. Oh, mind you, it's gone now. Never mind. This is dying, by the way, the battery. I've got a spare, but that one's dead as well. Long story. Wow, what a morning. Sunlight is catching on the hills over there. Is that Red Pike, is it? Looks nice and still down there in the valley. I'll go for a quick wander down that way. Try not to trip over my laces. I'm not going to go much further down, because that means I've got to walk back up, doesn't it? Yeah. So it looks to me, in around about 20 minutes or so, the cloud will have risen above the little break right in the west there, and it'll be attempting to pierce through the cloud then. So we'll just have to see how the day goes. But when I checked the weather about 4 days ago, when Stevo originally reminded me about this trip, the outlook wasn't too great, because I know over the last few days, I can see Stevo there just taking a picture with a flash. This last weekend they've had awesome inversion conditions, and it was due to start raining today and yesterday, but as it's got closer the outlook has improved, so hopefully should be a good day today. Right, I think it's time to get breakfast, get a brew and get going on the Mosedale round. Speak to you shortly. Strong coffee. Heaps of fruit. You have to have two because one's never enough. I'm not greedy. Stick that in there. This little thing has been a lifesaver many times. I always used to do what Tony Hobbs does and just drink it from any water source. Right, that'll do, I think. I'm sure there's a science behind how much water is needed for this, but I'm just going to throw it in. That's probably too much now. See how we go. Yeah, there's a possibility that that's too much. Watery porridge, anyone?
Keep stirring.
Yeah, that'll be fine, I'm sure. Berries. Breakfast with a view. Right, let's hit the road.
Jack.
Leave no trace. leave no trace over there either. It's looking good. Looks like some nice breaks in the cloud over there. It's looking good that way. Some nice breaks in the cloud. Helvellyn, etc. shrouded in cloud. It looks nice over Blencathra way. Right, bit of a reverse scramble down. Oh, crackers. Try and get the bag over. I'd come down the other way if you can, mate, because the tent's pretty wide. Or, I mean, like...
The other way?
There is no other way, is there? Just grab your bag?
Yeah.
Probably best idea, isn't it?
Don't want to go for
I could like, I pictured like the tent like snagging on that bit there and you going the trusty Berghaus C7.
Banker.
Right. Schnell. Right, we must have just got signal again because my phone's just beeped. We're descending down to Blacksail Pass now from Kirk Fell. And you can see the youth hostel down in the valley there, the Blacksail youth hostel in Ennerdale. I'm going to try and not slip to my death. Right, so we've begun the ascent of the eastern flanks of Pillar. It's a nice view down there. The cloud's staying away, which is good, staying high. Let's hope it does that for the rest of the day. But if it doesn't, it doesn't. Nice little scramble.
Morning.
Morning, how are you?
Better.
Better. Better now we've repacked the tent. The tent was like a dead weight on Stevo's back, right at the bottom of the bag. So we've just screwed it up and whacked it inside. Right, Pillar. The sun's coming out over there as well, which is always nice. The cloud seems to be thinning a wee bit. That was a nice ascent from Blacksail Pass. Whew. And some great 360-degree views. I can't even say it. Degree. On the way up we were just discussing the benefits of walking in the week. We've not seen another soul, have we, at all?
Oh, yeah.
There was a few folks down in the valley in Wasdale yesterday, but then we did the ferocious ascent up Kirk Fell and got out of the way of the crowds. Untitled. The last time Stevo and I walked together, we parked down at the Bonus Knot car park and came over, I want to say Great Bourne, and all the way along to Haystacks. I think it's High Style. I forgot the other names and I don't want to get them wrong on video. We had initially planned like a 2 or 3 day walk, and we thought we'd do the Untitled Horseshoe, which obviously this is part of. But as is always the way with me, perhaps not as much these days, but I used to overestimate the amount of distance you could walk in a day, and we didn't get as far as planned. Great gable, green gable over there. Let's have a look down into Untitled itself. It's looking good. There looks to be some building work going off at the youth hostel down there. We could hear the humming and drilling of machinery. It's quite a nice summit. There's a gent that I follow on Twitter called Strand, I think it is, and he frequents Pillar, and he took some pictures the other day of an awesome cloud inversion. Pillar Rock down there. It was Adrian's photos that whet my appetite to come to this part. I knew I got to tick these Wainwrights off anyway, but we were going to go to Langdale, but the weather was forecast yesterday to be better in the west, and it actually was, because there was a lot of cloud lingering over Helvellyn, and when we finally pitched up, there was the cloud was shrouding Fell as well, so we got the best of it yesterday, I think, and hopefully we're going to get the best of it today. The cloud has lifted from Helvellyn, but it's certainly looking good this way. Over to Scotland and the Galloway Hills. We were over there a few months ago in Ayrshire. A bit further up, went over to the Isle of Arran, which I dare say you could probably see from here. That is a guess though. If the weather was better, I dare say Arran is over that way somewhere. Right, I'm going to take the bag off and let the back air just a wee bit. A big thanks to Martin Rye as well for the loan of this bag. I like the way it fits, it's very good indeed, and it just seems really comfortable for the back. That was my friend's. I found that in the garage, this old walking pole. I was going to set up the Terra Nova tarp with it. Do you know what, I'm not actually sure how many litres this is. Is it about 50 something? 55 probably? I don't know. Size 3. But I tell you something, it fits really well, and it's nice and comfortable. I was going to use my Terra Nova 30 litre bag, but because I bought my down jacket, it wasn't quite big enough, so I packed everything in this bag that Martin lent me yesterday. Right, whew, and the sun's come out. Right, just leaving Pillar now, en route to Steeple, which is the next Wainwright of the day. From back there it looks very nice and flat, but as we're getting further along now, it loses a bit of altitude, but not a great deal. We're at the aptly named Wind Gap, and yesterday when we were climbing up Kirk Fell, we saw a jet. It came down, I've already told you about this on the video, but it came down into Wasdale from like Dore Head. Did a loop-the-loop, then came back up here and like came up this bit upside down, isn't it? Absolutely awesome. This would have been a great vantage point to see it coming. Just doing my bit. Right, Scout Fell. And the next one is a small joint over there to Steeple. So I think we'll stash the bags and then run down and run back. Perhaps not run, but make progress. Right, excellent. Right, so we've dropped the bags just back up the hill there, and making our way across the Steeple now. You can hear a farmer shouting his dogs in the valley, and it sounded like "Fantan! Fantan!" It took us a while to spot where he was. Looks like he's got about 8 dogs with him. 8 Fentons. I feel light as a feather now without the bag on. Not that the bag's very heavy at all, to be honest. Oi, and we're here. That one's not going to fit, is it? I'll add it to the pile for posterity. Fenton! Whew. Excellent. Another one down. 2 more to go, hopefully. Can't see Fenton. In fact, there's 2 sheepdog down there. Sheepdogs. I can hear him, but I can't see him. He's down there shouting, I can see him down there. Right, it's brew time again. And once again the Sawyer squeeze is worth its weight in gold. It's worth more than its weight actually, because it hardly weighs anything. But you get the idea. So we've just filtered some water from a sphagnum moss pool. Once again the little filtered rubber jobber's coming out, but never mind. While Stevo savours the flavour of that brew, just pop down the hill. We didn't want to go all the way down to the tarn. Whoops. Managed to find a little bit flowing further down here and fill it up relatively quick. Find a bit with no loads of things, loads of rubbish in it. But we wouldn't have been able to carry enough water, I don't think, at all, to be able to do this like 2 Dore without the squeeze. we wouldn't have been able to carry enough. I mean, yesterday on the ascent of Kirk Fell we used almost 2 litres each. So we got some more from the tarn on Kirk Fell, and then we're needing some more now. So wouldn't be able to do it without it. Right, welcome back once again. We're just about at the top of Red Pike now, and the sun is shining. Whee! Got some views back down to the valley again there. We stopped for a brew just up that way. Stevo's on his way up, and the sun has finally crept its way across. Shimmering nicely over there on Wastwater. Hopefully, by the look of the weather and the way it's coming, we're going to have sun for the next hour or so at least. Whew. And here we are. Do not fall down there. Lee Rockwell's just favoured my last tweet, and this is it. Just making sure I'm at the right spot. It's not that one, according to the GPS anyway, and we won't get too close to that because that is one hell of a drop. Warm back up again, Stevo? Hi? You warmed back up? It's looking good. Cellar field over there. We keep hearing some loud bangs and we're assuming it's quarry works. I dare say if it was cellar field there'd be a huge like mushroom cloud framed nicely before we get hit and blown off there by the blast. Who said it was going to rain these few days? The weather did. It did yesterday anyway. But it's glorious, stunning weather now. Throw out a few superlatives. Why not? Whew. Another one done. Come a long way from this morning, over there on Kirk Fell. Amazing weather.
Glorious.
Glorious. Stupendous, fantastic. Proper good like. Or if you're from Derbyshire, rate good. It's rate good weather.
Yeah.
Hello there. No. No,
No.
Literally crapping himself. Or herself, I can't tell. Scarp. What an awesome view. Do you know where people watching my videos, every time it's like a shot chest, you know, shot chest, every time I say glorious or like a word like that, they've got to neck one shot. I dare say that everyone will be blotto in the first 5 minutes. Welcome back. So we've come down the knee punishing path from Red Pike and had 5-10 minutes at Dore Head. I was laying on the grass quite contently until I looked at my arm and saw a tick making its way up it. So I instantly jumped up, brushed it off, and then I will never ever sit down ever again. No, I don't fancy getting bitten by a tick, that's for sure. So we're heading down from Dore Head now, back down towards the bonny banks of Wastwater. Both of us have run out of food, so we thought the wise decision would be to save Yew Barrow for another day, because the scramble up the crag, well, I dare say we'd both be able to get to the top, no dramas whatsoever, but then the knee-punishing descent on the way down with no food perhaps wouldn't be the wisest thing to do. So we'll save that one for another day. Who knows, by the time I'm 40 and I've managed to climb the rest of the Wainwrights, maybe I'll save that one till last and toast a completion in the Wasdale Head Inn. But that's way off yet, as I think I've only climbed around about 70 or so. In fact, I've got no idea. But we are going to toast the last couple of days walking in the Wasdale Head Inn very shortly, aren't we? It'd be rude not to. Every good walk should end at a pub, and it certainly is going to today. Right, so let's keep moving. I could just eat a beef and horseradish sandwich now.
Hot beef cob.
Yeah, hot beef cob.
Roast potatoes and gravy.
Yep. Move over. Herd it down. We'll go around. It's like, oh yeah, I'm too busy eating. Yeah, that's it. You get that way. Chill, chill, chill. Whoa, you're right there, Steve. Living life on the edge. We'll go around the bottom. No, it's not going to happen, is it? Right, looks like you're coming with us then. Yes, we're still here. Right, you stay there. Stay there. No, alright, fair enough. This can only go one of two ways. That's it. Thank you. Catch you later. Right, we're back down again now. This reminds me of being a child, you know the colour of the rock.
Yeah,
just
under the water, yeah.
Yeah, the colour of the water, and just being in Ennerdale when we were younger. They're really like whitey, bluey like stones, and it's good stuff. Right, let's trundle back to the Wasdale Head Inn now. Dodge the cars on the road. The fruits of our labour toasting with the fruits of Wasdale. You see the look that she gave me then? She's thinking, what is that idiot doing with that stupid thing on his head? That was the look of WTF, weren't it? Yeah. You're getting a mess with these, I think. Oh well. It's good. And that'll do. Right, we're almost back now. Hopefully the car's still there. I've no doubt it will be. bet the words inn have been a welcoming sight for many a weary traveller. And we're back. Chuck it in, Stevo, let's get a beer. That'll do me, I think.
Blending well.
This could have been a costly oversight. I was messing around with the GoPro and accidentally forgot that. Whoops. Never mind. That can be an outtake. Back to the trip home.